So there is an escalation, and you can see there is intervention from government as regards to sugar. Now the question is, will this intervention, will all the hype and the PR, will it be to your benefit as the ordinary consumer? Will it be to the overall benefit of the economy? Will sugarcane farming rise again? The answer to that question is a big no. If you're naive enough to believe all these theatrics, that you believe that now that rye is being crucified, that suddenly everything is going to go back to factory settings, then you must be out of your mind. You must be a boomer. You must be one of those idiotic old people who believe everything they see in the media, because I've looked at Jaswant Singh Rai's interview on Citizen. I've listened to his lamentations. You, a billionaire there who has profited from anti-competitive practices. He has benefited from the suppression of domestic agriculture and local industry. Now we have been reduced to an importing economy. And then he was saying, "Oh, why are they crucifying me? Out of 1 million metric tons of sugar, I only import 180,000 metric tons." Do you know that is 180 million kilograms of sugar that he imports now? Can you round it up to the nearest 200 or 300 shillings that they've been extorting us? So, and don't forget that the increase in the price of sugar has not been affected in their source countries. It happens in Mombasa. Once it gets to Mombasa, that's where the koso begins. And then there's a lot of, I don't know, with cabs and everything. And so I was listening to him. The only point he's making is that he's being antagonized because people want his market share. And so we are wondering, who are these people? Number one, I've told you time and time again, if you're expecting Kenya Kusha to do anything, number one, that they promised, or number two, that will benefit you, you must be out of your mind. Please, you have to stop following the deluded and the psychotic elders that you guys listen to, your pastors, your parents, your grandparents, your uncles and aunties, because they are the reason why we are in this mess. They did not sit down, because this was not an overnight event. Rye and the other sugar millers and importers did not just pop out of nowhere. It's been a strategic, a calculated, premeditated approach as to regards to the death of local sugar farming, because he was trying to justify the imports and saying we are importing from Brazil because of a deficit. We don't have cane, we don't have the raw material. Why is the raw material lacking? Is because successive parliaments, successive governments have gone out of their way to suppress farming, not just sugarcane farming, every other farming. You saw immediately Moses Kuria got into office, he immediately started demolishing the macadamia industry for no good reason, just because they can. You remember during COVID, there was this avocado ban. The people were banned from exporting avocados. Now, these are people who have been growing avocados for the better part of their life. They are experts. And now you have some bureaucrats appointed in these multitude overlapping government agencies and parastatals, created by the same MPs that you elect. You understand? I need you to retune how you engage with your politics. Must it be 6-piece? Must you be so stupid as to elect the same party from top to bottom? Like you don't want some element of diversity in your life? You want to tell me that you eat the same food year in, year out, 24/7? That's what you want to tell me? So why would you, in your infinite stupidity, go on the ballot box and tick everything the same party? Why can't we borrow a leaf from Busia? They may not have gotten it right in other seats, but they gave us a good senator. Now you've seen the impact of just one senator who is a contrarian, who is not beholden to the forces of capitalism, who is not beholden to political demagoguery and sycophancy. You understand? You've seen the impact of just one person. Can you imagine if we had 5? So which are the other counties and regions which are going to stand up and say we are not going to do the stupidity that our parents have condemned us, have cast us to be doing every electoral cycle? Which other counties will you stand up? Will you be like the idiots of Nairobi who voted someone because of Dimples? Have you seen the latest scandal of Sakaja? Have you seen he had been out of the country, he has run away, and now he has come back after he has gotten guarantees that EACC will not hound him out of office because he has stolen 47 billion. 47 billion, this is a person that you chicks could not let us drink in peace. Oh, he's handsome, he's what? You and how did the dudes, how are you controlled by the chicks to vote for a guy just because of Dimples? You say the dudes, you're the ones who are letting us down. Yeah, we want to turn Kenya into, we want to make it, we want to take it to greater heights of prosperity, but you're there being carried away by euphoria, by chicks who are voting with based on emotions that this guy has beautiful dimples. So back to the sugar sector wars. So Jaswant Rai is saying that he's being antagonized, he's being hounded. There are people who are eyeing his market share, which is significant. He's talking like he's an underdog, but and then he's trying to say that he's clean, he's been doing everything by the book and everything. Bro, if you are working with Uhuru and the Kenyatta family criminal enterprise, his brother, you are a thug. Stop using that card. Now, what you can tell us, you can be more open, more revealing to the behind the scenes machinations. What are the dynamics at play here? Because this sugar industry is now morphing into another cartel dominated by members of the ASAL regions, as we've already discussed, that the northeastern governors have been awash with a lot of money, and so they've been using that money to conduct very many interventions to have them control. Like now, I told you they went and bribed Uhuru in State House, and Uhuru started implementing Alcoblo. What did Alcoblo do? They blocked all entrances to Nairobi. So they killed Nairobi nightlife, all the bars in CBD, they died. They influenced that the street lights don't work. And so suddenly all the bars, and you remember Nairobi was a hub of entertainment in the region, all the bars started getting closed, and now they are moving to the neighborhoods, the estates. Nobody wants to ask how they ended up there, but it's the ASAL community. We can call them community because they are awash with money, because they don't do anything with their devolution money. They don't build hospitals, no drainages, no garbage, no street lights. So they are awash with probably over 2 trillion shillings ever since the advent of devolution. Yeah. So what are they doing with that money? Nothing. So they can be able to capture, they can be able to coerce, they can bribe your hopeless and pigs in the toilets with obscene amounts of money. So because that industry previously, it was controlled by I think the Mount Kenya people were controlling the trade of sugar, and then suddenly we had also the Asian community, and now there seems to be a small economic genocide being inflicted, and it's all I can tell from a distance that ASAL people are behind this push, because who has kept this regime in power? It's the ASAL money. They are strategic. They want to make interventions, and the only negative about them is they are not industrialists. They are not creating any jobs locally. They've mastered the trade routes. They want to dominate the import sector. And so what happens to our local industry is going to collapse. Because of what? Because of these people are awash. Instead of being visionary, instead of now saying, let us all invest in our farmers so that we can be exporters and we can strengthen our shilling, now they are sitting down and saying, now let's pass this bill so that we can undermine local agriculture. We can increase the cost of inputs. We can make doing farming expensive. We can, machinery. We can remove all the tax benefits that we were extending to farmers so that we can be the ones dominating, instead of them seeing how we can boost local production and we can export, which is a win-win for everyone. This is the narrow-minded nature of people, politicians, those people of ASAL regions. They could have used their devolution money, devolution funds to power, to make themselves the next Dubai, to create tourism circuits. But all they are thinking about is importing. This is the stupidity of you people voting 6 piece. You need to undo the damage that you have done.